Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And like I do for all fantasy sports, I like to do a all mostly went undrafted team at the end of the season. So in these, I take a look at the players who most contributed in fantasy basketball despite mostly going undrafted. How did I figure out if a guy mostly went undrafted? Well, a standard fantasy basketball league consists of 13 rounds, so if it's a 12 team league, 156 players get drafted. So I looked at the websites Fantasy Pros and hashtag basketball, which had their average draft positions for heading into the season. So if both of those websites, and they had consensus ranks from some of the major websites, fantasy basketball sites. So if their average draft position was past 156 in both of those websites, they were eligible to be included. So I'll have a first team, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center that I'll discuss, and then I'll quickly name a second team at the end. So let's get into it. The 2022-23 mostly went undrafted team. Starting at point guard with Markelle Fultz. Fultz started off the season injured, but ended up playing 59 games for the Magic, averaging career highs pretty much across the board: 14.1 points, 3.9 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.4 blocks. So also shooting 51.4% from the field, which is also a career high. He's a guy who's not going to connect from 3-point range, but was a double threat fairly often. Um, First overall pick in 2017. So definitely looking to revitalize his career, as most saw him as a lost cause when his career began. At shooting guard, one of the six man of the year favorite. We're going to go with Emmanuel Quickly of the New York Knicks. Quickly, first round pick in 2020. Has played in 80 games this season, so nearly all of them, only missing one, averaging 14.7 points, 4.1 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 1 steal, connecting on 2.1 threes per game, shooting 81.2% from the free throw line. And after his first two seasons where he shot under 40% from the field, this year he is at 44.9% in his starts, games that he's forced into the starting lineup due to Jalen Brunson or someone else being out. He has truly excelled in those games, averaging over 20 points a contest as a starter. Manuel Quickly is the shooting guard. Small forward, let's go with the rookie Jalen Williams of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the 12th overall pick in a 2022 NBA draft. May end up as the runner-up for Rookie of the Year to Paolo Banchero, as he started 62 of his 75 appearances, averaging 14.1 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.4 steals, and half a block, shooting over 52% from the field, 52.1. Not much of a three-point shooter, but did connect on 1 3 a game, and on his 2.5 free throw attempts per contest, shot 81.2% from the line, and he's really improved his numbers as the season has gone on. Power forward, let's go with slow-mo Kyle Anderson, first season with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mostly used as a starter, 46 of 68 games, especially with Karl Anthony Towns missing much of the year. On the year, he's averaging 9.4 points, 5.3 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.9 blocks, so 2 stocks per game. He's actually had 3 triple doubles on the year, shooting 50.8% from the field. Connecting on 0.6 threes per game. He's not much of a three-point shooter. You wonder if he'll attempt more next season. He shot 41.3% from downtown. A decent 73.5% from the free throw line, but slow-mo definitely helped the Timberwolves stay afloat while Karl Anthony Towns was injured for such a lengthy period of time. And center, we're going to have 2 rookies on this all mostly one undrafted team. The 22nd overall pick. Ended up getting traded to the Utah Jazz on draft night. That is Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz. What a season it was for Kessler, replacing Rudy Gobert in the Jazz lineup. Started 40 of his 74 games in just 23 minutes a game, so not even half the game. 9.2 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 2.3 blocks, leading the NBA at 72% field goal percentage. So definitely helps fantasy owners in a lot of categories: field goal percentage, rebounds, blocks. Walker Kessler, what a rookie season. If Jalen Williams isn't runner up for Rookie of the Year, then it's probably going to be Kessler, as his 173 total blocks and 2.3 blocks per game are both fourth in the NBA, and as I mentioned, leads the league in field goal percentage. So my all mostly went undrafted first team consists of Markelle Fultz, Emmanuel Quickly, Jalen Williams, Kyle Anderson, and Walker Kessler. My second team would have at point guard Killian Hayes. Put up some great numbers, but very inefficient, so couldn't put him on the first team. Shooting guard Bruce Brown, small forward Tim Hardaway Jr. I think he's ninth in the NBA in threes made. Power forward Jaden McDaniels, and center another rookie Jalen Doran of the Detroit Pistons. Some other guys who were in consideration: Austin Reeves, very surprising season for the Lakers. Dante DiVincenzo, Benedict Mathurin. Definitely could have considered him over Tim Hardaway Jr. if you wanted to do that. Just didn't shoot efficiently after the All Star break. Um, Malik Monk, Jeremy Sohan, Dennis Smith Jr., Andrew Nemhard, Tari Eason, and DeAndre Hunter. So let me know in the comments which guys really helped you out this fantasy basketball season that maybe you had to pick up off waivers, they weren't drafted, or some of your late round draft picks that panned out for you. Hopefully you had a successful fantasy basketball season. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.